wanted to tell my side of the story for many, many years. And I've never been able to. But now I have nothing to lose, so it's time to get it out there. It's time to get it out there. I want to start by saying that I've written this down, not because I don't know my own story, but because this is something that can get very emotional for me very quickly. And if I don't have something to keep me focused, I know that I will lose track or I will break down. So I'm sorry in advance if at any point I get overwhelmed, but this is too important to let my emotions take over. For 7 years, I have lived through injustice. 7 years of fighting a battle that was never fair, never balanced, and never in my favor. 7 years of having to sit in silence while my name was dragged through the dirt. While people who didn't know me, who didn't care about the truth, shape the story of who I was as a mother. And for 7 years, I have not once been able to speak up for myself. Every lawyer I ever had advised against it. They told me to stay quiet. They told me to play the game. And honestly, I was too afraid not to listen. I was too afraid of making things worse. So I stayed silent while lie after lie was told about me. I swallowed my pain while they painted me as someone I'm not. But I'm done being silent. This isn't about changing anyone's mind about me. This isn't about trying to make people take my side. This is about finally getting off my chest what I've had to hold in for years. For 7 years, I have watched my rights as a mother be stripped away piece by piece without any real legal backing. Without a single person in the system willing to stand up and say that this isn't right. Because that's the truth. Many people knew what was happening to me was unfair. Many people saw what the court system was doing to me. But they were afraid. Afraid to challenge a judge. Afraid to risk their careers. And so I was left to fight alone. For 7 years, I've had to be careful. Every move I made, every word I spoke, every moment of joy I dared to have, everything was watched, twisted, and used against me. I couldn't post on social media. I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't even go out and enjoy a single night with friends without it being some kind of proof that I was a bad mother. So I completely stopped living. I shrank myself down to nothing. I made myself small because I thought that's what I had to do to keep fighting. And despite all of that, despite everything I've endured, I reached a point where I had to make the hardest decision of my life. In October, after years of trying, years of hoping, years of doing everything in my power to be a mother to my son, Not because I stopped loving him, and not because I wanted to, but because I had to accept something that no mother should ever have to accept. My 10-year-old son loathes me. Not just anger, not just hurt, hatred. A deep, unnatural hatred that no child should feel towards a mother. Especially a mother who has done nothing but fight in his life. And his reason. Because I don't buy him as much as I do my 3-year-old daughter, who lives with me every day. A reason that to any rational person would sound so absurd. But to him it's not. Because that's what he has been taught to believe. He has been coached to see me as the villain. Conditioned to view me as someone who abandoned him when reality. I have spent nearly a decade trying to hold on. And now, just a few months later, I was served papers. Papers accusing me of abandonment. Papers claiming I should have my parental rights terminated. After 7 years of fighting for him. 7 years of being shut out. 7 years of being forced into silence. Now they want to erase me completely. I've spent nearly a decade being punished. And the most painful part, the person at the center of this, the one whose actions have contributed to my son's rejection of me, is the same woman who came into his life when he was just 3 years old. At first I understood the tension. But this was never just about emotions. It became something so much bigger. Something that has hurt my son far more than it will ever hurt me. And yet to this day, she presents herself as uninvolved, while I'm continually portrayed as the villain. But here's the thing. I am done being silent. For the next several videos that I plan to do for this, I'm going to go through every single claim that they have made against me in that position. Every accusation, every lie, every attempt to make me look like an unfit mother. All 27 of them. And I'm going to tell the truth. Not because I have to prove anything to them. I don't. But because I have to prove it to myself. Because for 7 years, I have carried this burden alone. I've let them control the entire narrative. But I'm done. Maybe no one ever watches this. Maybe no one ever hears my side